Hi everyone, it's Irit with a new process video. I got back home a few days ago and I'm trying to get back into the scrapbooking groove. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard to get back into it, and I have made some started some pages or backgrounds that I kind of set aside because I wasn't happy with them. That usually happens with my mixed media pages. Usually when I don't use mixed media, when I just use papers, yeah, that just doesn't happen. I make it work somehow. But this one made it and became a final page, like a finished page, because I really liked the result. Yeah, so I'm using Crafter's Workshop stencil, and I really like the stencil. I think it's gonna be one of my most used ones because, you know, circles, you can't go wrong with circles. And I also used here my new Dina Wakley acrylic paints. They are heavy body acrylic paints, and I talk about them a little bit more in a haul video that I made when I got them. And I've been playing a bit with them and I really like them. I like the colors. I think the colors are just beautiful, and the ones I used here are lime, which is becoming like an obsession of mine, and turquoise and magenta. And I think the shades that you get when you mix these three are just beautiful, and they remind me of summer and, I don't know, lemons and limes. And why does it remind me of a lime? Interesting. My mind works in mysterious ways. I really like these colors. So I'm working here on watercolor paper, and I kind of knew that I wanted to use some watercolors. I was kind of going here for kind of like a translucent, slightly layered look, very like summery, watery type of feel to it. So I put the acrylic paint, I used like a makeup sponge. You can also use one of the like Tim Holtz like these blending tools. They're great, but I use them most of the time when I'm doing such things, especially the new one, the little round one. It's really great, but then you have to wash the little sponge. That's so much work. So I was more in lazy mode. With the makeup sponges, I kind of just throw them away or cut the part with the dry paint and just throw the little piece away and use the rest of the sponge. I'm very lazy that way. So the nice thing about doing this with acrylic paints, like starting your background with a layer of that, is, you know, you get this brightness, this pop of color, this fun pattern on your background. And I kind of moved the stencil around so I would get some of the images like on other ones. And what I also like about the Dina Wakley paints is that they are, I think they're like not completely opaque, so I think you can see it maybe a bit better in the close-ups, but it just looks really pretty when you overlap the images and add colors. It just looks really pretty. Okay, I'll use that word again. So I let that dry kind of overnight, but you don't need to let it dry overnight. It dries kind of fast. And I added, with another Crafter's Workshop stencil, some modeling paste. I actually really wanted it to stay white, but then when I added the watercolor, it kind of also colored the modeling paste. If you want more of a white thing, then I did rub it with baby wipe and it removed some of the color. If you want it completely removed, I think gesso is a better bet, or I would try a mixture of gesso and matte medium, because they resist the colors better than the modeling paste. I'm not sure how mixing modeling paste with matte medium would work, or medium, like acrylic medium. That might work also, but I haven't tried. So at the beginning I thought I would layer my photo with some pattern papers, but then I had this package of like transparencies calling my name from a box of stuff that I have lying around, and I thought that looked like so pretty, and added also that, oh, I said pretty again, and added again, like contributed to this summery, breezy look I was going for. And the photo is just not really anything about the photo. I mean, it's like a nice photo, but it's more about the moment. It was kind of our first morning in our trip. I mean, the day after we left home. So we were in this lovely camping ground in Italy near Lake Garda, Lago di Garda, and which is nice, but I think very, very touristic. June is still considered kind of off season, or not high season, and it was still pretty crowded. But it was lovely as a like just a stop on the way. So my daughter was playing in the playground, and the campsite was really, really nice. And we were sitting, me and my husband, sitting having Italian coffee, and I was reading my travel books to see, you know, what's going on. And yeah, it was just like, this is all good. This is great. That's how I like my mornings. So I made a little photo, and that's what I write in the journaling here. And I went for, like, as a few other elements for this page, with some basic gray stuff from the Highline collection, I think. They have these really great, like, frames with transparencies and stuff, and it was giving me a little bit trouble because there's like this protective coating on it, or like this coat. Okay, there must be like a better word, like a piece of like nylon or something, and it's kind of weird because it's attached to the transparency, and then the whole thing is like glued to the paper frame. So I kind of had to take it apart to get rid of the protective coating thingy. Pardon my English, but I hope you know what I'm trying to say. I think it's on the video. My video is kind of like, oh, actually now it's moving while I'm talking. Fascinating stuff, the process of video making. So I just added that to my journaling, and I said that already. Sorry. Maybe I have low blood sugar. Must be an excuse for all this rambling and pointless talking. So I added some more elements from the basic gray Highline collection. I used some die cuts. I finally used that big floral die cut, which I wanted to use but was somehow giving me trouble in other layouts, but I got it here. And yeah, and then I just added a few little things like enamel dots and a couple of puffy stickers. My title is, as usual, so super imaginative, like all my titles, and it says morning. I really didn't know how to title this page. I kind of have all kinds of thoughts about the album that I want to make for this vacation, and one of them is that I want to go with titles from songs, but I don't think there's like a song, or I couldn't think of a song that would work for this particular photo. I don't know, something with morning, I guess. I could have tried a bit harder, but that would require effort and thinking, two things that I'm totally against. Should I say more, or have I said enough? Yeah, so I matted this, I cut down a little bit the watercolor paper and matted the whole thing on a 12 by 12 paper, and the paper is from Ellie's Studio, and the pink really worked nicely with the magenta in the the color that I used. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.